Hi everyone. So this past week, we learned about social justice and counseling, and we had to read an article that explained the values and social justice in regards to counseling. In the article, the authors mentioned a golden rule, and they said, "Do unto others as they would have counselors do unto them," as a golden rule in counseling. And part of this assignment is for us to come up with our own golden rule in counseling. And so the one that I came up with is simply just to seek to understand the need of the client. Um, I think in counseling, I know that I'm going to come across um, people who come from very different backgrounds and are struggling with different situations or things that I honestly probably in that moment might not have a lot of experience with. And I just think for me, the best thing to remember in that situation is to seek their need and what they need in that moment. Part of in our reading um, this past week in the social justice chapter on page 318, the authors wrote, "Entering into the profession of counseling means that you will have your eyes opened to the painful realities of people who had previously been invisible to you." I know as we all continue in this program and hopefully in our residencies or licensure one day that we will come across people who before we had no idea their story, we had no idea what they were struggling with, and I think our eyes are going to be opened. Um, and I think the best way to kind of handle that is to put aside all previous opinions or biases and just to seek to understand their need in that moment. The Bible verse that I picked for this week is for this assignment is Romans 12:15 through 18. And it says, "Rejoice with those who rejoice, weep with those who weep, live in harmony with one another. Do not be haughty, but associate with the lowly. Never be wise in your own sight. Repay no one evil for evil, but give thought to do what is honorable in the sight of all. If possible, so far as it depends on you, live peaceably with all." Um, I think as I come across just certain issues that people might come to counseling for, it's going to be very easy for me to just talk to them about what I personally think they need. But there's going to be moments where we're rejoicing together. There's going to be moments where we're weeping. And I think the best thing for me to do, like I said before, is just to understand what the client needs at the time. So, an action that I'm going to try and take to implement this is just to listen better. I think it's funny with social justice, there's a lot talked about, about speaking up and speaking, for those who are fatherless or those who are poor. But I think another good action to take is just to listen more. In counseling, sometimes people who are coming maybe feel like they don't have someone to just listen to them. So that's just simply one action I'm going to take. I look forward to hearing all of your videos, and I hope you guys have a good night.